Bitcoin is right now moving to the downside exactly as I was expecting it. I had warned you guys that the closer we get to these resistance areas here, the more likely it gets that we are topping out and seeing a retracement back to the downside, and that is exactly what's happening right now here. So now what are my next moves, how I'm going to play that, and will we see 30k here in the next coming days or weeks? That is something that we have to talk about today, so definitely stick around here. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let's directly dive into the chart here. So one reason why Bitcoin went here to the downside is that we had here this aggressive upward sloping support line that we had broken in the last 3 days. And then yesterday we got here the final push to the upside in our red resistance area here with a nasty push to the downside, and now we start to go sideways here on the daily, while the stochastic is still in overbought conditions and trying to correct it to the downside. And we had also here a bearish divergence on the RSI with that upward sloping price action and a downwards trending RSI, which seems to be playing out now. And when we are looking here at this resistance zone here, once again, $26,666 all the way up to $29,000. That is the resistance that we have to break here on the pivots to get here close to $30,000 or even above $30,000 in the midterm. So what I expect here to be happening in the immediate short term is that we definitely break down from this range, and we're gonna see a retest of it, and then we see a further leg to the downside, and only then we gonna see some consolidation and a move back to the upside. And that's basically what I'm waiting for. Also, when we go here to the 4-hourly time frame, you can see we had here a clear rising wedge here to the upside, where we had confirmed upward sloping resistance and also upward sloping support, and then we were getting squeezed within that rising wedge here until we got close to the upward sloping support line here, and then broke to the downside with a confirmed volume confirmation coming in, confirming that big move to the downside, and trying to stay under $27,000, $27,100 more or less. And now we are afloat of above $27,200. That's the level that we have to hold here if we want to see from here another attack to $28,000, $29,000, $30,000. But it doesn't look like that on the 4-hourly chart that this is going to happen. We have here a really nasty candle formation. So that is an evening star pattern, which is normally a reversal pattern to the downside or a topping indication. So I also expect here, also based on the indicators, that we see here more downside coming in over the next coming hours, because on stochastic RSI we are getting a sell signal in the next 2 hours if this candle is not reversing back to the upside, and the MACD is also still bearish here, even though we get lighter red candles here on the money flow. But that doesn't have to mean that we're gonna flatten here out, flip green, and then go back to the upside. It could also just mean that based on the other technical indications that we see another bigger red candle, and then they're starting to get bigger here again until they are flattening out, and only then we see the reversal. So something similar to basically to here, this area where we had basically the same thing. We were getting lighter red candles, and then we got continuation here of darker red ones, and that can of course go on and on and on for quite a while before we actually see that green candle on the MACD again. So how would I be playing this? So I told you guys that I was not interested in longing Bitcoin at these price levels where we were. I had warned you about that when we were pumping, that I warned you around like here, I think on yesterday's live stream, that I'm not looking at too long this, and you see now why that was a great decision. So I of course also want to congratulate to everybody that was able to short this based on my analysis that I gave you here with the rising wedge. And I believe that once we're breaking 27,100, that could be another short entry for you guys. But wait for a confirmation, wait for a 1 hourly candle retesting that level and then starting to go down again. Only then you want to enter this trade. And then my technical target would be all the way down to $25,200. So let me show you why. So that would be my take profit here. So because you see here we had some wicks coming up, confirming it as resistance, and also here resistance, resistance, and then we broke it. So that is a short-term support level that should act as support when we are coming down. So that is the next short opportunity that I see here without having too much risk involved. So, and if you trade it like this, so that should be actually be fine like this. So you see risk to reward is 2.7. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's a almost 7% move. You put 20x leverage on that, 140%. Really easy, really quickly here because I see Bitcoin definitely coming down here. Also here on the VPVR, on the fixed range, you see the level to hold has now changed a little bit. I've moved it a little bit more forward to more recent data. So the point of control is now at $24,700. So it could happen that we wick down here and then see a move back to the upside. It could go as low as the golden ratio, which would be of course amazing then for your short position if you have one, if we get down there. So but I expect some sort of a reaction at the point of control if we get all the way down there, but I believe that we will see already a strong reaction from the 0.786 level here on the Fibonacci levels, the 25,183 dollars price level. So I expect definitely there to see a strong bounce back to the upside. So and then guys, that will be the moment where we go into altcoins. So because you see the Bitcoin dominance dropping already, so we are getting to the bottom of that resistance area, and if Bitcoin now starts to go sideways, then we will see altcoins starting to rally while the Bitcoin dominance is still dropping, because the money will flow from Bitcoin into altcoins, like we see that in every alt season, and that is what we want to see here. So and then you can see it, there's no big support. Okay, there's a little bit of support. So there's really nothing until 44.5% here on the Bitcoin dominance. So that is basically a free fall to the downside, which will be then of course really, really good for us. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade altcoins with me together and also Bitcoin and Ethereum, do it on BYBIT. BYBIT has still $30,000 up for grabs if you use my specific link here, or on Bitget $20,000 also, only with that link here. And of course today was the Arbitrum airdrop, so you can also, and also the listing, so you can trade Arbitrum on BYBIT and also on Bitget if you use here my links to sign up. So now let's talk about a couple of altcoins. So you see here Link. Oh, Link is actually back at my entry price from yesterday, which is nice. Link is also trading here on the 4-hourly chart in a potential rising wedge here, but I believe that rising wedge could potentially break to the upside and fool everybody, because there are signs of a potential. Yeah, I would just be watching this rising wedge. When I look on the daily chart, there still we need some correction to the downside, but overall I believe that if Bitcoin goes down to $25,200 and settles there for us, that link, I have to scroll here all the way back, link could go to the 0.382 or again retest to 0.5. That would be my buy levels when we come back down, unless the money flows now dramatically into altcoins already while Bitcoin is dropping. That's also a scenario. Then I would wait for a close above $7.38 before I would get here into a link trade. So if you have missed the boat yet, just wait a little bit and buy it then when we see here a confirmation that the price can stay above $7.38, because you see Link is fighting here with that level to stay above that. So here, also here where we got yesterday the big dump, then now again. So that is definitely a level to watch, and when Link stays above that with a 4-hourly candle and closes 4-hourly candle above that, this time in my opinion will be a buy. So definitely then you can buy that. So let me have a look also here quick on Cardano. Cardano, so here golden cross still about to happen in my opinion, so but it doesn't mean that Cardano cannot come lower. We're trying to stay afloat basically, above the levels where we are right now at 36 cents. If we lose 36 cents, the next level would be 35.6. So that will give you a good buying opportunity again, in my opinion. And then 35. So if Bitcoin goes to 25.2, then it will even go lower. It could go as low as 32. Between 32 and 35, it's a buy. And then we can trade this all the way up to around, what is it here? 59 cents, more or less. So yesterday I was not talking about Aave. Let's have a quick chat about Aave. So Aave is right now here in my secondary buy range. So but is getting rejected from the 50 moving average here on the 4-hourly chart. That's why I would be a little bit careful with that right now. So that could go lower. Let's see how it looks on the daily. On the daily, I see a potential bull flag. Yeah, or more like a pennant, a falling wedge, more or less. But you can also treat it as a pennant. So if I treat this as a pennant, so then here you go. Once we are breaking out of that, the target is on the top of the resistance area at $95, so that will give you a nice return if you trade this breakout. So that will give you 28%. If you use just a little bit of leverage, 3 to 5x, you get a really nice return on that. So we could see a breakout out of that today with a push tomorrow into that area from what I read here on the stochastic RSI. But I would be careful. I would be careful with that. There's still almost 10 hours to go, so that can still change. So be definitely a little bit careful. So then let's talk quick about Curve, and then I will leave it for the time being. So Curve here on the daily chart, I believe that we are here in a 5 Elliott wave count. So we have completed the 1, we have completed the 2 in my opinion, and now we are in the third leg to the upside. So I have to actually adjust this maybe a little bit like this. So which is fine. So here we are testing now again the buy zone that I had down here. So every time when it comes back down to like 84 to 92 cents, it's a buy. Even here at these levels at 95, it's a buy for me, because I believe this will go really quick here to at least $1.60 or even to $2.33. So $2.33. I'm not so sure about that, because you know the 1 has to be, so the 3 has to be bigger than the impulse wave on the 1 with Elliott wave count. So you don't know how high the 3 is until you actually see it. So but $1.60 up to $2, I think that is a good target here for Curve. So and if you would buy it where it is now, so that's 67% to like, let's say it goes to $2, 110%. So that will happen really, really quick in my opinion. Here on the daily chart, it's about to turn around, so we could see tomorrow already a push, if it's not already going a little bit today. So here you can already go ahead and buy a little, in my opinion. I will do the same. So I definitely gonna buy and open a position on Curve later after that video. Guys, that's it already for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you want me to talk about more about altcoins than Bitcoin right now, because the altcoins are about to explode. Let me know in the comments below, and make sure that you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.